Hello, I am Icebeast, and welcome back to Europa Universalis IV. I'm just going to get right into the game, start the game going right now. This is the final episode of EU4. Let me talk a little bit about why I'm actually recording this episode, and actually why I recorded the last couple episodes. The game is basically over. There's not a lot for me to do. Yes, I could attack Castile, but I'm not really going to be able to gain much out of anything I do. Game-wise, it's not going to really affect the outcome of the game. I've effectively already accomplished my primary goal, which is to become a world power as strong as any of the European powers, and that is definitely true. So why am I still playing? And the main reason I'm still playing is because I've never actually had an EU4 game go to its conclusion before. So yeah, that's the basic reason why I'm still going here. What can I get? What does it want me to get? Oh, espionage ideas. Sure, let's sow some discontent. But yeah, I've never, oh, we won that battle already. Yeah, I've never had an EU4 game go to its conclusion, so I'm going, that's the main reason why I'm still going, is because I want to end this game. As most of you know by now, I'm a goal-oriented player. I set a goal in the Paradox Grand Strategy games, and then when I meet that goal, I'm basically done. I don't see any reason to continue playing after I have accomplished whatever I set out to do. So in all my CK2 series, for example, I always reach my goal and move on. Now, U4 is a little bit different because it's a little bit harder to set sort of reasonable goals, or maybe clear goals, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And the reason for that is because, why did I just have a battle? Oh, I totally forgot I'm in a war, a Russian war. Wow, I totally just completely forgot about. Anyway, Manchu has a huge fleet. Manchu's military tech 26. This fleet's gonna be kind of weak. Anyway, it's what was I saying? Oh yeah, it's a little harder to set clear goals, and the main reason is just sort of the open-ended scope of the game compared to CK2, just because of the bigger world, and the fact that people start off in very different footings. So starting off as Nepal, I was much weaker than Europe, and I'm always going to be much weaker than Europe until I westernized. And the main reason for that is this goal that I set regarding, god damn it, oh, I got plenty of legitimacy. I have so much money. If this was earlier in the game, I'd be spending this money like it was not here. But anyway, the goal to become powerful, like this is clear. The difference in power is what set up the goal to become a major power in the world. And I would say that being 8th in rank is becoming a major power in the world. I'm very happy with how this game has gone. I could have done more. I could be much more aggressive. I was totally willing to do that, but I don't know. Being super aggressive is not necessarily in my play style. Being calculated aggressive is how I like to play, so that's what I've done. But I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out. But I think my general point is that because of the major differences in power throughout the world, it makes creating goals a little bit more difficult in comparison to something like CK2, where CK2 you're like, oh, I want to form Israel, or oh, I want to take, as Iceland, I want to conquer England or whatever, and everybody's relatively equal. Yes, Iceland is much weaker than the English dukes, but they're not weaker based on the fact that the dukes are way ahead in tech, and thus their troops are just, one English troop is better than one Icelandic troop. No, it's that it's just they have more troops and more land, and I'm okay with both of those mechanics. Actually, I'm not saying that either of these mechanics are bad or wrong in any way. I'm just saying that it makes it crazy goals and stuff like that are a little easier and to scope in a game like CK2. Also because of the level of detail in CK2, where you can be a single county count in any. So I could have been like, I want to start as this count, you know, the Count of Cornwall over here in England, and then take over England and then use that to form Great Britain. That could be a reasonable goal because it's difficult to do. In this case, the only real single county guys are in the HRE over here, and of course in some of these little areas in like India and Eastern Asia, and there are a couple in oh, they went to war with Portugal. Well, because Portugal's getting their butt kicked by everybody. Wow, they're winning that war though. Anyway, what I was trying to say is this would have been a great time to go to war with Castile, but the game's going to end in a year. I'm actually going to slow it down just a second to finish my thought, which was that yeah, because there's not a lot of little tiny countries to become unless I want to become a Native American country, and I don't like the mechanics the Native Americans have. So with that being all said, it's just the scoping of goals in EU4 is a little different than CK2, which is part of the reason why we made it this long. Now, normally, after this game, there's almost no chance I'll make it to the end of the game in another playthrough, because I'll have accomplished whatever goal I set out to accomplish before that. So one of the playthroughs I was considering doing was playing as Norway and becoming a major colonial power. So what I would probably end up doing is, you know, terminate the personal union, perhaps do a little bit of conquering in Europe, and my main goal would be to head towards North America. And Norway starts in a very strong position because it has Iceland, which really allows it to start colonizing earlier than everybody else if it so desires. And so that's something I would have considered doing. As a future playthrough. I don't know what I want to play through next once Art of War comes out, by the way. Any suggestions are fine. As I've said clearly before, I'm not going to be playing anything until Art of War comes out for EU4. And I was going to play as Norway. I realize this tangent has suddenly just come out of nowhere, but I was going to play as Norway to do exactly what I just described, except for now I have my new CK2 Charlemagne playthrough as effectively Sweden, and eventually Scandinavia, and so I felt like doing 2 Scandinavian playthroughs at the same time is not that interesting. So I don't know what exactly I'm going to do here in EU4 as my next playthrough with the Art of War DLC, but we'll figure something out. This is going to be the very end of the game here. So this is not an Iron Man game, that's fine, I was well aware of that. I mean, historically speaking, I did fantastic. 5th largest army, 16th largest navy, 2nd most provinces, 4th highest province value, 3rd highest income, 4th highest trade income. We were doing really well. This is a fantastic playthrough. I'm very happy with how this went, by the way. I thank everybody for watching. If you watched this and you enjoyed it, I'm incredibly thankful. This was a lot of fun. But with that being said, I think I just want to real quickly finish my thought on CK2 EU4 and goals, which is every playthrough I ever do, I'm going to play as a goal-oriented player. I'm very rarely going to make it to the end of any of the games, especially CK2. Now the start date goes from 750 approximately to 1450 again approximately. That's a ridiculous 700 years worth of time. The game would just take forever and you guys would be so bored. It took almost 70 episodes to get through the 400-ish years of EU4. I'm not going to do that with CK2, but even this 70 episodes is too long in my opinion for any playthrough that I'm ever going to do. Other people are going to do, you know, 300, 400 episode long playthroughs of lots of stuff, but that's not what I like to do. One of the reasons I like being a goal-oriented player is because people get bored, including myself, of whatever I'm doing, and once I've felt like I've won, I'm ready to move on, and I figure you guys are all ready to move on too. So I feel like I'm rambling at this point. I think I've made my point pretty clear. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. If you don't, please ask me questions in the comments. That all being said, like I said, I do not know what I want to do next. If you're watching this, you know, right after it comes out, your feedback would be great for the next playthrough. I won't be playing anything until Art of War, as I said. So, you know, the end of October, which is when this is happening. If you're watching this after that, you know, then yay, thank you for watching. But these comments are only relevant to the people listening as this came out. With that being said, I'm just going to end now. I thank you all very much for watching. I've really enjoyed this playthrough. I hope you guys all enjoyed it as well. And I will see you all on my next playthrough.